Good morning, people. As everybody's jumping on, if you would, please mute your phones so where we don't have to say all kinds of bad stuff and make you mad at us. That'd be great. And while you're doing that, I am going to go live because you guys are in for a treat. We have Miss Hillary Thompson that is going to be rocking this bad boy out this morning. So hold on 1 second as we go live. I still hear lots of background noise, which means we have some naughty elevapreneurs out there that haven't muted their computers or their phones. It'd be awesome if you guys, as you always, jump onto a Zoom to make sure that your phone or computer is muted. That way the host does not have to keep clicking on the button to mute people. It'd be awesome. So some of you people wouldn't have got any Christmas presents if it was based on being naughty or nice, because you got some naughty ones out there. One more second, guys, to get started. I believe we are live. With that being said, Hillary, do you want me to pass over the host to where you can control?
That's totally up to you. It's no big deal. Whatever is easy.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Let me make you host, not co-host. So you're going to be the host. Let me mute it.
Although I don't know how to mute people.
So all you do is you click on chat, and then you see all the naughty.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you'll see all the naughty people.
All the naughty people? Oh my gosh. Do you have to go one by one down the naughty people list?
Or you press them all out.
And mute them?
Yep. Here, watch, I'll mute everybody again, and they'll just.
Okay, I don't know how to mute people. So.
And I have it to where, let me see, mute participants on entry.
Like when they join, they're muted?
They should, but for whatever reason, they unmute themselves because they're naughty elevapreneurs. So, at any rate, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right.
Trouble with all my silliness.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome to Saturday morning training, the first one of 2020. I am super honored and excited to be here and so grateful that you're taking time out of your Saturday to be here with me. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Hillary Thompson. I am a mama of 3 kiddos. I have a 9, almost 10-year-old. He'll be 10 on Monday already. An 8-year-old girl and a 2.5-year-old little boy who is all boy and completely wild. Thank you, happy coffee. Because I am almost, how old am I? I'm almost 38, I think. Oh my gosh, I always get messed up if I'm 37 or 38. But this mama needs the energy. I need the energy and the patience, let me tell you. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I probably will not look at the chat until afterwards because I have self-diagnosed squirrel syndrome, and I will get off track. Plus, I'm a little bit nervous today. I'm not going to lie. My heart is pounding, which can only mean one thing. What I am going to deliver is going to be awesome, right? That's what I tell myself, because that's the power of our thoughts, right? So I'm going to start off with a little story this morning for all of you. I read this in one of the books that I love, and it's called The Power of Now. I love self-development books. I have been trying to develop myself, if you will, since I was 18 years old. I actually had a suicide attempt in college. And after that, I realized I really, really needed to start working on the tape that was playing in my head. And it's been a long journey, 20 years. Yes, I will be 38 because it's been 20 years since that happened. And there's been a lot of stuff in between. So another thing I want to share and make clear is that anytime that you're watching somebody, I want you to remember, like, you don't know what chapter they're in their lives, right? For me, I'm in a good chapter. I'm in a really good place right now, but it hasn't always been that way. I'm gonna mute all, I think, again. Okay, good. That didn't mute me. I've been in a low point, right? So, like I said, self-development has been so important and so crucial to me, and I will never stop being a student of it, because I think that every morning we have a new opportunity to be a better version of ourselves. As cliche as that sounds, it is the truth, right? I think every day when I wake up, wow, thank you, Lord, for the invitation. Thank you for the invitation to show up in my life, to do the things that you put in my heart, in my soul. And that, for me, is to help people, to love on people, to make this world a better place, right? To focus on the good. So the story I'm going to share with you is a story of this man who for 30 years sat on a corner, on a box, and begged people. He was homeless. He didn't have anything. He didn't have any family. And for 30 years, he sat there with an outstretched hand asking people for help. Okay? We all holding up the sign, begging. Right?
We're ready for you to get the fuck out and we'll take off to Europe. We'll start a whole new life.
Whoops, that was interesting. Okay,
Go
so
to jail for the rest.
I think that person keeps unmuting themselves. Chris, if you're still on, I don't know if you want to maybe message them or anyone who knows them. That'd be great. Thank you. Anyways, we all know that person that's standing begging, right? But this story in particular is this man who for 30 years has been on the corner, sitting on a box with his outstretched hand, asking for someone to spare some change. One day, this person walks by and says, you know, the guy does this typical, can you spare some change? And the person says to him, I'm sorry, I don't have any change to spare today, but can I ask you what's in that box that you're sitting on? And the man looks at him and he says, I don't know. I've been sitting on it for 30 years. I have no idea what's inside this box. And the person says, why don't you take a peek inside the box? The man is very puzzled, like, why would I look inside this box? I've been sitting on it for 30 years, but okay. So he gets off of the box. He pries it open. It's really hard to get this box open. Again, it's been closed for 30 years, right? But after some work, he gets the box open and it's filled with gold. The box is filled with gold. For 30 years, he's been sitting on that street corner, begging for people to help him. And all the while, he had the gold the entire time. Why am I sharing that story? Because that's you. Each and every one of you have gold inside of you and greatness inside of you. And you have to start from that mindset, knowing that you already have what it takes. You can listen to all the trainings, you can do all the things, but the gold is inside of all of you. The purpose, the mission that God placed on your heart when you were born, that's just waiting to be opened up. And so you had to work at it. And maybe for some of you, you haven't opened that box and you have to work at it. You have to peel back the layers and the stories and the lies that you've been telling yourself to uncover the gold. I know I had to. So with that being said, that's how I want you to approach your business, that you have gold within yourselves, okay? So I always start off by asking, number one, how have these products impacted you? I really want you to think about that. The impact, where were you before? What did your life look like before you started these products, right? So what is that impact? And why are you here? Why are you here? Why did you start this? Why did you decide to become an elevapreneur? Why? For some of you, maybe it's freedom of time. Maybe it is a retirement fund, or, you know, bring your husband home from work, or a savings, or whatever it is, okay? You write that down, but I want you to break it down even further. I want you to imagine what it is going to feel like when that why becomes your reality. When those things that you're wishing and hoping for become reality. And I want you to feel them, and I want you to think about them every time you sit down to send out a message, to share a cup of coffee, to share this opportunity. Because sometimes we allow our why to become our why not. We want more time freedom, but we use that as an excuse why we can't do this business, why we can't work this business. We want to be there for our children more, but then we use our kids as an excuse of why we can't do this, right? So connect to that why. It is powerful. There is something powerful in the energy that you are putting out into the universe, okay? So once you're connected with that why, it's time to share, right? It is time to share with your audience. What does that look like? I'm just pretending that you all are brand new. And you know what? You may as well pretend that too, because it's a new year. You can relaunch your business at any time. You can do the things at any time, right? So for me, what did a first post look like for me? It's just simply sharing how the products have impacted you. And when you're sharing how they've impacted you, I want you to go beyond also the, well, I've lost 10 pounds, or, you know, I'm less anxious, or this. I want you to be thinking about the benefit of the benefit. What did it mean to you to lose those 10 pounds? What did it mean to you to have more patience? Share the story. Share the story of the time that, for instance, right now before this call, and by the way, praise God, my 3 children are downstairs bribed with everything possible not to come upstairs. But right before this, they spilt water. I don't know, one of them looked at the other one wrong, whatever, right? But I actually had patience with them. And that's what these products do. I didn't lose it. Right? Over the holidays, I didn't have a total breakdown going to visit family. I didn't feel stressed. I actually fell on the ice and fractured my elbow on the 22nd. So on the 22nd, I fell on the ice, I fractured my elbow. I had no presents wrapped, nothing done. At least I had the gift spot, right? But I didn't lose it. Of course, it was a little bit like, but again, that's the benefit of this. So share those stories, because I bet there was a mom out there that felt a little bit guilty that maybe she didn't have the patience that she wanted, right? So share those things in what you're posting. Now, when you're posting, another thing I want to remind you, so I practice attraction marketing. I don't know what you all practice, but I will tell you to start it off this way. I wish I would have started off this way, because my intent and why I started has always been to help people, not to sell people. I want people to decide on their own, because, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But if you put out that water and that horse decides to go over there and drink on its own, it's a totally different ball game, right? So that's how I also want you to think about your business. We're not forcing anyone, and we're not desperate. We're not desperate. Do not attach yourself to the outcome. Do not attach your self-worth to how many customers you've got or how many elevapreneurs you have or whatever it is. I will tell you, I used to. Oh my goodness, did I ever get caught up in the MLM trap of, your worth was your rank, and I got rank and I lost rank and I had to pretend, and it was all these things. And really what I was doing is I was just blocking my own blessings. I was blocking the blessings that I knew God had for me by fighting it. So if you can really release the outcome and just be attached to what you're doing and go with that servant heart to help people, that is the key. So when you're posting, something else that I want to remind you of is on your walls, I want you to think about your wall and yourself as if you're an artist, right? A musical artist. When an artist releases a new album, do they drop every single song on the radio and start playing the entire album on the radio at one time? Of course not. That would be crazy. You know why? Because they'd be competing against themselves. So they put one song out and they let that song ride as long and get as high on the charts as they can, and then they bring in another song, right? That's how I want you to think of your posting. So when you're posting, put something out there with just heartfelt quality and energy, and don't overthink it. Now I can already feel and sense some of you people probably are getting that thought in your head of, oh, well, I don't know, and I don't have a good enough story, and blah, 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 blah. Stop. This is another little mind trick I'll teach you really quick, a mindset trick that I myself have kind of come up with, and it's called stop. And I say stop, find 5, I look at it, I'll turn my hand around for this purpose, but I look at my pinky finger and I say to myself, oh my gosh, find something small right now, something small that you can be grateful for, okay? I find that. I look at my ring finger, I have a ring on my finger. Even if you don't have a ring on your finger, the reason we put our ring on this finger is because it said it goes straight to our heart, right? I want you to know that you're loved, right? In this situation, in anything and everything, you are loved. My middle finger, I think for me, the Lord is my savior. And I think, okay, God's got this. He's bigger and greater than anything that I'm facing. I look at my pointer finger and I think, what direction do I want to take this? What direction do I want to take this? Do I want it to go in a good and a healthy place or not? And then I look at my thumb and I think, you know what? Thumbs up. It's all good. So that was a little... See, you just witnessed some squirrel. I've been trying to stay on track, but you just witnessed squirrel. But I wanted to share that because when you're listening to trainings and people talk to you, that tape, that old story, that one that the enemy plays for you to try to get you to stop doing what you're doing and not be on this mission of happiness and sharing with others, I want you to stop them. I want you to stop them, and that's just a little tool that I use to stop them. So now your post on your wall doesn't mean I don't want you taking advantage of those stories, okay? From me, I will tell you that when I first started, that was key and crucial for me. I have over... I don't even know how many customers right now. The number is irrelevant, but I have a lot of customers, and I didn't have a lot of customers in my previous companies, okay? So the stories. This is what I would recommend you to do. If you have not done this already, go do it today. Test it out, okay? Go into your customer testimonial groups. I want you to find 5 to 7 images, before and after pictures, that really speak to you, that you think would speak to other people, right? I want you to grab those, save them on your phone. Then I want you to go into your stories, and I want you to put one on and use the little tools that they have to put a fun GIF or something fun on them. If you don't know how to do this, play around with it. I didn't know how to do it either at first, but First of all, how do we learn anything? By doing it, right? You might suck at it the first time. That's okay. You know, nobody's perfect, but what is the saying? You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great, you know? So you have to start. So if you're not utilizing certain things because you're telling yourself you don't know how to do it, remember, stop, change the tape, and start doing it, because action, 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 right? So put those pictures in a row, and then on the last one, I want you to put something like, if you think that these pictures are amazing, you should read the stories behind them. Would you like an invitation to our private group? And then you get the little poll thing. And I never, and this is key, please don't do this to yourself, I never ever give people the option to say no. For one, like, I don't want to know if you don't want it. Like, that's okay, but I just don't want to know. So I always do like a yes or a heck yes or absolutely right now, send me the info, whatever. Do things that are positive. Oh, someone got unmuted again. Do things that are positive in your poll. So do that, and then all of the people that respond to that poll, you're going to message them. You're going to obviously invite them into your private testimonial group. You're going to be so excited for them, right? This is key. How are you posturing yourself? You're excited for them. You're not excited for yourself. I mean, you are probably a little bit, right? But your excitement has to be greater for them than for you, okay? Because they can sense that. Because again, this isn't about us. This isn't about us. Yay, you got 57 million comments or whatever, but flip it around and think, I have all of those people that I can now help. Look at all of these people I get to help, right? So you get them into your testimonial group, you tag them, you share that excitement with them. Something else that I do always when I am talking to someone is, and I never did this in the past, and in fact, I was taught in the past to never send my link to someone until they were committed. And the reason being is that the products were pretty high priced to begin with, and I wanted them to really, really want it, and then like, ooh, by the way, it's this amount of money. But with our products, I feel like, and I believe wholeheartedly, that they are worth every single penny and more. So I posture myself with that. So rarely do I get a cost objection, because I just go into it of, these are worth it, not, ooh, and it's this much. No, it's worth it. I would pay even more for these products, right? So I send them my link and I say, hey, I sent you the invitation to our private testimonial group. I'm also going to send you my link. You can take a peek at the prices and ingredients on there. You know, I'm so excited for you to take a look at this, okay? And then depending upon the person or a conversation, I personally, again, remember, self-diagnosed squirrel syndrome, 3 kids, really hot mess express. I need some way to somewhat keep myself organized in a sane as possible way. And I always have my phone. I've done calendars and notebooks and all sorts of other things before, but I always have my phone. So what I do is I message myself on Messenger. If you didn't know that you can do this, you can. I message myself and I send a reminder to myself that I am supposed to follow up with Susie, added to, you know, our testimonial group, follow up in X amount of time. So then beep, 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 I get a reminder right here on my phone. I also send myself graphics or links to things or whatever. So I can find them easily, because again, I don't want to have to be looking through and doing this. And I'm my own business owner. So I like to treat it that way, right? So that's just a tip to use yourself in your phone. There's probably other ways, in color-coded and Excel spreadsheets and amazing planners that people have. I usually lose them. I purchase them with every single intent in my soul to fill them out, and I never do. So realistically, my phone and messaging myself is the best route for me to go. So once they're in that group or they've responded, I follow up with them, and my follow-up is usually, again, excitement. Oh my goodness, Danielle, did you have a second to look in that group and read some of the stories? Aren't they amazing? This is just mind-blowing, isn't it? Okay, I go to it like that. I'm usually starting to paint the picture for them and to help them see versus me going, so what did you think? You know, I'm like, well, you thought it was awesome, right? Because what else would you think, you know? So that has been really helpful. And then I usually say something like, do you think that this is something you'd like to get started on? Or can I help you get started? Whatever. Ask for the sale, ask for the close, go into it boldly. The other thing is, people at this point, when they're ready to order, they don't really know what to order. So I feel like here is a much better place for you to be super bold and say, order the dose. Or we have the amazing Keto Cray special promo going on right now. Offer that. You can always take away, but it feels really weird sometimes when you're starting to add more and more things. So I always like to tell them all the things, right? And then they can take away from there. The other thing that is huge, 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 and the reason why I came in and decided to be, oh, someone's sharing a screen. Oh gosh, I don't know how to stop them from doing that. Does anyone?
So
know?
what you want to do is you want to click the share button.
Okay.
And then, or the options at the top, I believe.
Oh yes, stop sharing.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Who is the naughty elevapreneur?
Stop participant sharing. Okay, there it is. Right?
Wayne Jones is a naughty elevapreneur.
I know, and it's not letting me stop him.
All right, so go click your share and then act like you're going to share from your screen.
Okay.
And then do that and then see what happens.
It wants me to share something. Should I share something and then unshare?
Pick something and then you could stop share.
Oh gosh, it's still Wayne.
Wayne Jones.
Wayne! Stop sharing. I don't know. At least you can hear me and it's not something inappropriate, I guess, in the time being. It's a congratulations on a great decision. So if someone knows Wayne and can get a hold of Wayne, that'd be awesome. I'm just going to keep going for the sake of time. And
real quick.
Is that okay? Oh gosh, now someone's unmuted.
Just send me the host and I'll handle it.
Okay. And how do I do that? I am so sorry.
Put it back on chat.
Yep.
And then basically as I'm talking, my name should be at the top of that list.
Oh yeah, I see you. More.
Other.
Make host.
Make host.
There, you're the host again. You've got it. Okay, so back to wherever I was here. Samples. So like I said, I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I can never, thank you, Camille. I could never, ever promote something I didn't believe in. So I needed to sample it. Plus, I was at a really, really low point when I went to start on these products. I was super sad. I was definitely the Netflix and binge eat and feel sorry for myself, but still post on Facebook that I was super happy even though I wasn't. That was me. I was feeling like I was dying inside. I was so, so sad, so broken. If you want to hear my full testimonial, it is in Elevation Blitz, so I won't share the whole thing. But when I received the sample and tried these products, day one, I was a day oneer. So day one, I was like, oh my gosh, I was messaging my sponsor, Carly, going, is this legal? What did you give me? Please never take this away. It was that mind-blowing for me. So samples are so huge because, oh yeah, we're back. We're back. samples are huge, and our company does an amazing job. Like, they are so beautiful. Those reorder packs with the pamphlet and the Xanthomax pills and all the things, they are so beautiful. So the thing that I would just caution, and from my own personal experience, especially when you get super excited in the beginning, I just started giving out samples to everyone. Like, they didn't even really ask for the sample, and I started giving them. And that really I wouldn't advise. I would also say that if you're going to sample someone, you 100% do not give that sample until that person has accepted and is in your customer testimonial group. Like, that's a make it or break it. They don't get to get a sample from me unless they're in that. But the important thing about the sample also is to let them know and set the expectation for the sample when you're giving it to them, right? Explain to them that some people, like myself, I had the aha day one moment, felt amazing. Other people, like I know, again, we're sharing stories. So instead of like facts of, oh, the majority of people, I share a story of, oh, well, for me personally, it was day one that I felt amazing. But for my friend Carly, I know for her, I think it was day 6 or 7 where she started feeling something. So with this sample, it's more just kind of for a taste, and maybe you're a lucky one that's day one, but to really get the full feel of this, a good 30, 60, and probably 90 days is really what you need depending upon your body. Again, you're setting the stage for them. You're setting the expectation, right? So that's what samples, and there are so many amazing other trainings. I won't go in there because I'm about a half hour and I wanted to keep this under a half hour. So I'm going to start wrapping it up with just at the end of the day, what I want you to remember is the importance, again, of you and the gold that you have inside of yourself. And we have an amazing company and a culture within this team that I have never seen before. And let me just tell you, we are so blessed to have Chris and Ricky and all the leaders. For myself, I have Nancy and Enrique and Melissa and Carly, but all as a whole, this team rise. I have never, this is going to get me choked up because this is a huge reason why I came here. I have never been celebrated for me and being me and encouraged to be that like I have here. What we have here is not the norm. We're working on making it the norm, right? But it's not the norm. So share that too with people. Share how different we are and that you can be yourself. And that is so stinking important because your audience can feel it. You know, a lot of times I chuckle, I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I turned into some weirdo not elopreneur, a weirdo MLM robot all of a sudden, right? And I was like afraid to post. Gosh, with the company, it was like, ooh, only drink this, and you won't have to drink soda, and you won't drink this, or you don't have to drink coffee. And but I still liked my coffee. I still liked an occasion if I was doing that, and would almost like hide it. It was horrible. It was a post and eat a whole pizza or be like gluttons, but you know, be yourself, be you. That is who your friends and family love and adore, and then continue to grow on that and be a better version of yourself every day, right? Believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, believe in the company, believe in the leaderships, the products. I have never seen what we have here. It is gold all around, gold, 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 and gold within yourself, okay? The last thing I'm going to say is I challenge you all, if you haven't done this already, to create that vision board, to get that word of the year for yourself. I used to think it was so funny, so funny. Last year was the first year I did it. I wasn't with this company last year, but I was feeling very, very broken and sad and not sure where I wanted to go. So I chose the word redeem. I chose that word and I made my vision board. And wouldn't you know, I ended up on a team that our team name is Team Redeem. I didn't name it that. And that's where I ended up. And this is redemption here. This is absolute and utter redemption for me. And this year, my word is fly. I am ready to fly. I'm ready to take this. And to fly, I have to let go of also the stories and the lies that I've told myself. I have to replay that tape and jump boldly and know that we have something here so incredibly beautiful that I can fly, and so can all of you. So I challenge you to do that, because there's power in our thoughts and in what we tell ourselves. If you're struggling at all, go back to that why, go to your and greatness here. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Chris, for this opportunity. I pray that this has brought value to your day. Go shine and share happiness and just be you. So thank you so much. And maybe I should look at the chat finally. Oh, you all are so sweet. I see a lot of thank yous. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions or whatever, I know this is streaming live on Team Rise. Feel free to ask me some questions in the comments if you want, but make sure you tag me so that I see it. But that's what I have. Chris, if you're still there. I'm not the host anymore, so I can't end the greatness. See, again, it's the story we tell ourselves, right? I'm saying this is great. This is amazing. I actually am calling it a win because my children are still downstairs. And last time I tried to do this, it was a nightmare. Let me just tell you, my kids were all over the place. So they get to have a special treat after this. But thank you all so very much. I'm not the host, so I'm not sure how to end it. Chris. Oh, the name of the book is The Power of Now. Oh, there's Chris.
Is that Hillary?
I said I'm done. I'm all done.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So everybody, this is posted on the Team Rise page. And of course, you always know that we talk about it on every single Monday night call. The Getting Started training is about mindset. It's about where to be, what to do. But you already know there's 4 steps, right, everyone? It's basically drink coffee, be happy, share your story. Hillary went over all this, guys. Basically, share a tool. She went over that. And then basically the last part is connect them to someone else. So with that being said, everybody have an awesome night, awesome day. I'm saying awesome night. Thank you so much, Hillary. Fantastic job, and thank you for stepping up. By the way, guys, these trainings are done by leaders that are volunteering their time. And basically they're doing this out of the goodness of their heart to help the entire team, not just their own team. So again, thank you so much, Hillary, for volunteering, and great job.
Thank you, Hillary.
Good day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Go be happy.